Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'd like to convey the words of a young Australian from my electorate of Kooyong, Zach Chu, who, when he wrote into the Raise Our Voice campaign, asked me to convey this message to the Australian Parliament. Fellow Australians, today I stand before you to urge our executive government to take a significant step towards securing a sustainable future for our children and youth by signing the Intergovernmental Declaration on Children, Youth and Climate Action. Our nation's youth are at the forefront of the climate crisis, demanding urgent and decisive action. By endorsing this declaration, we commit to empowering our youth, ensuring that their voices are heard and providing them with the tools and opportunities to actively participate in climate action. Climate change poses a grave threat to the well-being and future prospects of our children. It is our moral duty to prioritise their interests, safeguarding their right to a healthy environment and a sustainable planet. By engaging with international partners through this declaration, we enhance collaboration, knowledge sharing and the effectiveness of our collective efforts. Let us stand united in recognising the critical role our youth play in addressing climate change. Let us pledge to nurture their passion, their knowledge and their commitment to building a sustainable world. Together we can create a legacy of environmental responsibility and ensure a thriving future for the generations to come. Thank you, Zach Chu. Speaker, the effects of climate change exacerbate existing geographic, socio-economic and developmental inequities in society. One of our country's greatest challenges is intergenerational inequity. The young people of this generation will enter adulthood with a significant burden of debt associated with their tertiary studies. Many will struggle to rent or buy homes anywhere near where they want to work. And as they enter the workforce, they will assume the burden of a narrowing tax base struggling to fund the increasing cost of disability and aged care. The biggest challenge, though, is climate change. The cost of our decisions not to act or to act too slowly on climate change will be borne by today's children and their children. We already know that cost will be too high. In 1992, all Australian governments agreed that intergenerational equity is a core principle of climate policy. But despite this commitment, the health and future well-being of young Australians has not been at the heart of our economic decision-making or of our climate and environmental legislation. We have no youth trigger, no legislative mechanism specifically requiring that the interests of young people are considered when we make laws that will affect them. Speaker, this parliament must be prevented from making significant decisions involving the exploration or extraction of coal, oil or gas, where the resulting greenhouse gas emissions are likely to pose a material risk of harm to the health and well-being of current and future Australian children. As my young constituent Zach has requested, I also commit to the premises of the Intergovernmental Declaration on Children, Youth and Climate Action. Federal politicians should be required to consider the impact of laws we make on the health and well-being of current and future Australian children. Whether or not the people in this place choose to accept it, I maintain that we owe the next generation a duty of care.